So a lot of people think you can't catch crappie in May. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can catch crappie in May. So stick around. What's going on, guys? Steven Turner here with Crappie Man Jigs. Welcome back to another Where Are the Fish At during May. This is a barely edited video, just something I do once a month. So be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're getting close to 30,000 subs. The month of May, just a little disclaimer before I start getting into things. We are talking about 70 to 80 degree water temperature. If your lake or where you're at in the country isn't exactly there, you may want to go watch the last month's video that covers a little bit cooler water temperatures. I'm in South Carolina. Our water temps are around 73 to 75, slowly creeping up to 80. So the month of May to me, full-blown post-spawn. Now, I can go up shallow with a slip cork and probably catch some males, but you're going to work a lot harder to catch those than you will catching last year's yearlings, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, and just all your post-spawn males that are already done their job, protected the fry, all that stuff. So, right now, I'm going to tell you exactly how we're catching them. Bridges. Bridges are playing a big role because, like I've said a million times on this channel, bridges are highways to success. Those fish have to come through a bridge to spawn, and they got to go right back through that bridge to get back to where they want to be when that water temp gets to the summertime deal. But I'm gonna explain what these fish are currently going to be doing in that 70 to 80 degree water range. 70 to 72, your male crappie, still going to be on beds. Slip cork, OG 2-inch baits, underspins with swim bait on them, cast down the bank. You should be able to pick up a couple males around laydowns, grass, anything that is not normal. If you have an area that has really sandy bottom, that's where these males are going to be at. Bright lures. You want a bait that pisses them off. If it hits the water, they're going to bite it. They're there protecting their fry, their children's, okay? They're there protecting them. If the lure hits the water, they're going to bite it. Now, once you get past 72, a lot of fish are going to leave those nesting grounds. They're going to start making their way into, what do you know, a creek channel. Creek channels are awesome, guys. So but it's not going to be a stack of fish. You're not going to have 30 to 50 crappie in a pod in this creek channel. You know, old Joe over here, his kid's going off to college, so Joe's moving out. He's going back to his family's house. All right, Larry over there, he's going to move out tomorrow, and he's going to go back to. So they're kind of going to be spread out a lot. So it's really hard to find them grouped up. But there are going to be groups further in the creek. But there's a thing about this group. I've gotten a lot of messages about this. I found crappie on LiveScope. There's 50 to 100 crappie in this one dock, on this one brush, out here in the open water, and they will not bite anything. Well, on the last video that I posted, I believe we talked about, excuse me, the last video I posted, I believe we talked about the post-spawn funk. And you've got about 1 to 2 weeks every year that the fish do not want to bite. They're resting up. They went up there, they done did their thing, they're resting up. And then, honestly, the only thing that I can combat that is to move a lot and pick off 1 or 2 fish that are willing to bite. Baits I do recommend for doing that is a 1.5 inch plastic, very, very tiny hand ties, like a 64, 32, and make 5 casts at max onto that school and leave. Go find another school, make a couple casts. And that's where we're leaning into. The thing about summertime crappie fishing, if you're on the bank, if you only have creek access, it's kind of dead for you. Like, that's just the bluntest way I could say it. You may be able to catch some out there in the middle of the creek channel every now and then, but once that water temperature gets up, these fish are going to move out of that creek channel, and they're going to be seeking cooler water temperatures. Now, that's a big misconception, though. over the years of using live scope. Now I know a lot of you are like, oh no, he's talking about live scope. There are a lot of bigger fish that hang shallow during the shad spawn, the herring spawn, all that stuff. Even the bluegill spawn, the bigger fish will sit up there and eat bluegill fry. So you can find a lot of big females, you know, your 2-pound summer fish are going to be hanging in 10 to 5 feet. So never rule out shallow water. I've caught pound 80s to 2.2s when the water temps were 85 plus in 5 feet of water with live scope. Now, without it, you're probably going to want to scan for brush piles, docks, bridges. Find your little rice dots on your side scan, find your arches on your 2D, and probably fish those more effectively. Because the fish up shallow, you're only going to catch maybe 2 or 3 fish a day. They're going to be giants, but you're going to have to really look for them and know what you're looking for. So, as they move out the creek channel, they're going to their summertime stuff. Now, once that water temp gets about 80 degrees, nothing's really going to change. Now, we're still going to be making a video every month, kind of dialing in on what you should be doing. But you've got to take your average temperature of your lake and try to figure out where these fish like to hang in the summer, and then subtract about 10 feet of that. So on Lake Murray, the average depth is around 30-ish, 40-ish feet near the rivers where I fish. Now, once you keep going down, you got like 200 feet of water, but in the arms, it's roughly the same amount. So if I'm fishing 30 feet, if I take 10 feet away from that, 15, I want to target 15 to 20 feet. And that's kind of where you want to key in on. What bridges on your lake has 15 to 20 feet of water depth on them? Which docks have 15 to 20 feet? Which brush piles have you located? Or where's an area that you can side scan, down scan to find brush piles in 15 to 20 feet of water? And that's where you kind of want to focus, because the thing with warmer crappie and even colder crappie in the wintertime, the only thing that's holding you back is locating enough fish to catch however many you want. If you've got a rotation of 15 to 20 brush piles in a certain depth, you can run through those brush piles, do a circle, and catch the 1 or 2 fish that's willing to feed at that particular time. It's a timing game. Crappie are very active in the morning, in the evenings, and at night. Do not, I'm not a big nighttime fisherman. I like to get there when the sun comes up just enough. I turn my lights on the boat, I can still see in front of me. That's when I like to fish. But nighttime's a great time to catch them. Throw out some lights on top of a brush pile, sit under a bridge or something, and apparently it works. I can't get it to work. But make a rotation of these brush piles, these docks, everything that you've located fish, and run through them. Now the baits, 1.5 inch or less, in my opinion. I'm going to throw an Urgle. I don't know about y'all. Urgle, Crappie Man Green, Monkey Milk. If they don't bite those 3 baits, I'm going to the next pile, and one of those is going to bite it, and then I'm going to go to the next pile. Maybe 1 or 2 of those is going to bite it, and I'm going to keep repeating this process until I catch my 20 fish limit. Now, the thing about your 70 to 80 degree water, I kind of shift in my game plan of I'm looking for the biggest fish in the lake to I'm looking to have a lot of fun and catch as many fish as I possibly can. I'm going to be fishing tight schools of fish instead of targeting single fish. Now, I am still going to be targeting single fish, but it's going to be less relevant this time of year, because once they go deep, they all kind of like particular areas, and they all kind of go over there. It's kind of like going to your local town. You got some restaurants that's good, some restaurants that ain't. So there's going to be a lot of cars at the good ones and 1 or 2 cars at the ones that ain't. But there's some restaurants that people think ain't good, but they're really good, and that's where your pound 80s and 2-pounders are going to be located at. So where should you be looking for these? I'm just going to cover that again. like I said, take the biggest part of your lake, try to subtract about 10 feet. Now, if you want to troll me in the comments and say that your lake's only 10 feet and you can't understand that you probably need to be fishing 5 to 8 feet deep, then that's on you. But anyways, find your docks, your laydowns, use your 2Ds. You can get 2D at Walmart for 120 bucks. You know, troll the channels. It takes time to find crappie, and if you're not willing to put in the time, the bluegill are spawning. Stay slabby.